Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video I'm going to go over some more stuff we got in on consignment. Got in some new items, and then at the very end we'll open up those Brilliant Stars building battle boxes. Maybe we'll pull something pretty cool. So first we'll start off with a few consignment items. You've seen several of these before. We get them in every couple of weeks or so, it seems like, and they just run through auction. They go for pretty good prices. I think these will start an auction on the 24th. So usually these start on a Sunday night. That's when he kind of likes to space them out every couple weeks or so. And for those of you who are wondering, I do still have Neo Discovery booster packs available. And then the base set and fossil, the heavies, they sold out super quick, but we do still have plenty of the light booster packs available. Those are just chilling out on the website. Still deciding on the Jungle Box. I think I'm going to break that later this week, but wait until we catch up just a little bit before we get into all that. Alright, next up, got a Shadowless base set blister. I thought it was really cool that somebody on Instagram was like, hey man, I'm looking for a Shadowless base set blister. And I'm like, yeah, I've got one. It's going to be starting here in a few minutes. And he was like, yeah, I need the blister. I'm like, yeah, it's a blister pack. And I sent him the link. And I'm like, it's going to be starting in 3 minutes. So like he asked within just a few minutes of when it was scheduled out. So I was able to send him a quick email. And the glue is really strong around it. I don't see any creases on the blister pack itself. So this is a really nice condition one. I think he said his max bid was like $700 though. So I doubt that $700 is going to get that card, but hey, you never know. Alright, next up I have a Meryl. This is one that I bought from a personal collection, and the dude sent some free stuff. Thank you for shopping with Wild Corgi on eBay. We've included a bonus. Enjoy. There's the business card. Sent a Lycanroc, or is that Lycanroc? Yeah. And you got an Electrode, and oh wow, look at that. What is that, one of those Calirexes? I guess that'd be like a Shadow Rider maybe. Then the VMAX full art. Wow. Very cool. Thank you so much, man. And this Meryl will definitely be going into my personal collection. Next up we have a Dark Wartortle. This one is also a PSA 10. Picked this one up in an eBay auction. What do we have here? Oh, I got a PSA Returns in here. There we go. So this is my PSA Returns. If you guys remember that really big raw collection that I sent in, I only sent in, I thought it was 6 cards. Man, I was telling my patrons I sent in 6 cards. I think I named off every card that I sent there, so looks like it's 5 cards. The first one here is the Dragonite. I was expecting a 9. Pulled the 8, but that's okay. Like that dot's not on it, neither is that one. Thought it was pretty clean. I tried sending in only cards that I thought were definite 9s. Had a shot at a 10, but pulled the 8 on the Dragonite. Next up, the Blaine's Charizard I showed you guys. It pulled the 9. Very nice. After that, we have a Dark Charizard. This one also first edition, pulled the 9. See the front and back there. And then they also had to be pretty expensive too. Like I mean, you guys saw my grading pile. Most of those are like $20, $30 grading fee piles. We got a Shining Charizard, mint 9. This one I thought had a really good shot at a 10. Maybe that little tiny white dot right there kept it. And then last but not least, we did pull a 10. We've got the Charizard from EX Dragon. And this one did indeed get the 10. Which is definitely a nice upgrade on that card. So I think these all together will pay for about half of the purchase. Which is kind of crazy to think about. But that's the way a lot of this stuff works. Alright, next up. Now if that one hadn't hit a 10, then it just would have been kind of a waste of money. But alright, these will be CS3, so that if you look in the title, anytime you're looking up for the stuff that I'm consigning, if you go to my eBay and put in CS3, like you'll find this card and every other card that has CS3 in it in the title from this consignee. So we've got a Blastoise Ex-9. This is a nice one here. We've got a Breakpoint Espeon EX with the 10. Got a Groudon EX. This is black and white era, mint 9. Then we have Latias and Latios GX, that artwork everyone likes, Gem Mint 10. This will be a big one. We have the Lugia EX from Ancient Origins. For a while there, this was a super cheap PSA 10, but now it is not. Next up, we have Mew EX from Holland Phantoms. Pulled a 9. Got a 10 on the Shining Legends Test Tube Mewtwo GX. Then we have Shining Ho-Oh in a 10. Shining Lugia in a 10. Shining Mew also in the 10, along with the Shining Rayquaza and the Volcanion. The Volcanion probably won't bring too high of a price. We've got the Umbreon EX Gem Mint 10. I think the one that we just had for sale, it's not this one. It went through the auction unpaid, so looks like we might have two up around the same time. Got a 9 on this Venusaur EX, and that will finish out the CS3s. Now I do have this one here, which is a little different. This is a Game Boy Color, and you get the Pikachu yellow Game Boy, but you also get the yellow version, so that's really cool. I don't typically sell games. I usually deny those unless they are graded, and this one has indeed been graded by VGA, and any game that's graded by VGA has to have its original seal on it, so this is a sealed version. I believe that through WATA they don't actually, like, if they graded it, and so if you go and look at this stuff, a lot of times the WATA stuff will say like closed in box, CIB. So it means that it's not an actual sealed game. But with VGA, from what I read on their site, they only grade original sealed product unless it didn't come with a seal, and then then I think they inspect it or something like that. But this one I believe did. You can see it's got that little piece right there. So it doesn't have like an outer wrap, but it does have like the tape sealing the box, and that was included in one of the things that it had to have. If it originally come with that, then it needed to have it, and so this one did. So the fact that it's been graded by VGA, it took a while for me to get their get through their website, man. Oh my goodness! To look up a certification number, you have to have an account. To have an account, you got to put in all your information, and then it for the robot CAPTCHA, you have to capitalize like the letters. You can't use underscore or like lowercase letters if they're capitalized. And so that took me a while to figure out. And then finally, when I get through there, it was like it just kept hitting the same errors over and over and over again. And so I would refresh, go back, go through it, email them. I tried calling them. It was funny because like you press 1, 2, or 3, or it might have been 4. I can't remember, but I hit the third option, and then it just circles right back around to the front, like they're not available. Then it takes you back to the main menu again, and eventually I just left a voicemail, and they never got back to me. But I was able to figure it out in time. I kept having to re-log in. You have to start your password with a letter. You can't do it with a number. You can't use a symbol. I mean, it was like really weird, trying to get into their website. But once I got in, I was able to verify the cert number, which all it does is tell you the exact stuff that's on here. And once I saw that, the cert wasn't deactivated or anything like that. Just checking it, because like I said, I'm not very good with these games, so I want to make sure that if I sell a game, that it has been graded by a reputable company. And I know VGA has been around for a long time, so I trust them. WATA, I hear, is the next best after that, but theirs actually can bring some premiums. I don't know much about WATA, but I would trust their grading scale on it. But anyways, this is a really cool item in my opinion. You've got the Game Boy Color plus the yellow version, and it's graded 85 near mint plus. I have no idea what kind of price this will bring, but it's definitely already up there. Got a couple $1,000s on the bid, and several people have reached out about it. All right, next up, we have another decent consignment. Check this out. We have a Skyridge Charizard, and I believe someone had reached out recently wanting a holo version of this card in a grade 6. Or I want to say he specifically asked for 6, but he said any lower grade would work, like 6, 7. Well, not lower grade, but like mid-tier grade, 6, 7, 8, something like that. And so if that was you, we've got one. It's right here. Next up, these all have CS7 in the title. We've got a Misty's Gyarados, and this one is Gem Mint 10. This is the same guy who had the Blister. So if you're wanting to get the Blister, it should have CS7 in the title. Or you could just look up Blister. There's not going to be too many. And then he also sent in a first edition base set booster pack, in which this one weighs 20.62 grams. So that is most certainly going to be a light, but I mean, I still wouldn't say definitely, but in almost all cases, that's going to be a light booster pack. So I would definitely not expect a holo in it. Even if, you know, that was like 21.02, you know, half a gram heavier. I mean, I still wouldn't expect a holo. Base first edition, you know, you can expect a little bit more out of that, but because the print run is a lot smaller, so it should be less of a wide range. But loose packs, I would almost just go ahead and assume they're not going to be heavy. Next up, we have a consignment CS12. So we have a Blaine first edition PSA 8. Got a Blaine's Charizard with the 7. Got a Reverse Holo Power Keepers Charizard with the 6. An Evolutions Charizard with the 5, and then a Reverse with the 7. Got a regular Charizard with the 3. Got a Neo Promo Charizard with the 7. We got a Topps Chrome Charmeleon with the 6. A lot of mid-tier grades on this stuff. I imagine the prices are going to be very, very reasonable if you're looking to pick up some of them. Next up, we have a Dark Charizard pulling the 6. Got a Lugia pulling the 3, super low. Got a 6 on the Mew. And then we have a first edition Yellow Cheeks Pikachu with the 6. A 2 on the first edition Rockets Mewtwo. Girls, I'm in the middle of a video. Maybe I'll just leave that in there. Add a little bit of entertainment to the video. And then this one's going to be done in a lot. We've got 3 Blaine's Charizards, got a 4, 5, and a 6. So my girls there are on Easter break, and so we've got my oldest daughter, which is the one you just heard. That's Emma. We've got Sarah. She's 5. And then I got my son John. And then they also have over their friends. They're twins. So we got 5 kids running around right now. Next up, these will have CS22 in the title. But we have a Dark Gyarados Reverse Holo Mint 9. And then we have a PSA 10 First Edition Base Set Squirtle. Good job on pulling that one out, buddy. People like these new certs right there. And I think I was listening to the podcast for Pokeflips. That's Gotta Catch 'Em All Collectibles and Old School Pokemon. And they highlighted a section of their other podcast, which I hadn't got to yet. It was like right before, you know, I had ended in the last time I was reading through their podcast, because it's really long. Or it was on Patreon. I think that they had highlighted a section where they were talking with Peter from Ludkins. He does all kinds of grading and stuff. But he was talking about how he actually prefers new certs because it's just less time that the cards have been inside of the case, you know. And so you're looking at a card that was just recently graded, you know, a gem mint 10, you know, condition. And I think he was referring to how, like, see how you can hear that? You know, cards can get damaged inside of these cases. He was talking about, I believe, Pat Flynn, him or Dan mentioned it or whatever. They did some kind of like did a Sawzall, or I guess that's the technical name is maybe like reciprocating saw or whatever. It's basically a saw that just has a blade that sticks out and it goes back and forth. You can cut nails and wood and get in tight spaces with it. But they I believe he was saying that he attached a card to it. You know, this thing goes super fast, but then it actually caused significant damage to the card within the case, which is kind of crazy. But you know, if you think about it over time, you know, cards like this that are loose, I mean, they could potentially, you know, get damaged if they're mishandled enough. And for that reason, he sends stuff to like different vaults and things just because it's handled that much less. But for the most part, I believe when cards are put inside the PSA cases, it's my belief that, you know, the condition is going to stay. You know, it's going to stay the way it was when it was graded overall. I mean, if you set a card out in the sun and let it bake, of course it's going to lose some of its color. If you throw it into a pond and let it sit there, or you put it in a pot and boil it like Mr. Silver Snorlax did, of course, you know, something's going to happen. They're not indestructible. You know, we can break them open, and we know that, you know, damage can be caused when they're inside this case. But for the most part, PSA does a very good job protecting the cards. Alright guys, so we are 14 minutes into this video, and we still haven't got to the opening part yet, but we are about to do that. So this was from the last video, and I didn't open it up there because we were already pretty far in. However, I'm going to show it to you again. This is from the Elite Four Master. He sent a note along with it, and he sent these free. So I think we're going to open these up, and we're going to shout out his girls again, Isabella and Riley. There you go. Thank you so much for sending us these. I actually haven't opened up any. I've got several cases that I've just kind of set aside for now. These build and battle boxes, they do okay with value, you know, over time, but for the most part, they're not really worth it right here in the beginning to sell them for just under the $20 mark. Pay $5 shipping, pay your fees on eBay and transaction costs or whatever, and then, you know, I mean, it's about better to, you know, just open up the stuff yourself, sell it to individuals, sell off the packs, because the packs are like $4 a piece. All right, so the first one we have a Bibarel. Let's see if there's any like exclusive cards inside. Although I don't know what's in the set, so I mean, I guess I could really tell you. I mean, I know that this is going to be an exclusive promo. Definitely not the energy. We'll get through those. Lots of energy. Looks like we've got a Gloria uncommon, so that wouldn't have anything. Normally what you want to do, if you want to try to find something that's exclusive to the pre-release build and battle, or the build and battle kits, which used to be the pre-release kits, is if you want to look for like cards that are rare. If they're non-holo, then maybe within the set they have a regular holo, like Leopard. I don't know if it does or not. Leopard. But that one potentially does. If you guys, someone who's watching those these sets a little better. Same thing with the Motham. You got the Bibarel right there. I don't know if any of these actually come in a regular holo within the set, but if they do, and you have the non-holos here, then it could be the case that they're exclusive to these decks. I know they've done it in the past where they've actually had some of the exclusive, you know, variants not actually be so exclusive, like they overlapped with the theme decks. But even still, if you're completing a master set, then you might want that variation. So if we pull anything from these, if we pull a Torterra holo, a Bibarel holo, Motham, or Leopard, then we know that those are probably exclusive to the Build and Battle kits. I used to do the master set thing, but I just don't anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna pack trick it up. Got a pot helmet, got a premonition, a Piplup, Tropius. Okay, well, we know that this one is not, unless there's some kind of different artwork, which there's not. Okay, so that one's not exclusive, down to just these three. So I guess if you find that exact card in the packs you're opening, then you know for sure it's not exclusive as well. Alright. Code card for somebody, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we'll pull us a Charizard V-Star, that'd be cool. I haven't done that yet. Encino Burmy. Oh, nice. Got the Mewtwo. Put that one in a different stack. What did I do with the... Oh, I stuck them in there. Where have I been putting these cards? Next one. There's a code card for somebody. Put these over here. See what we have now. Got a Weavile, Staryu. There's that Magmar we like. Monferno. Ooh, and a Honchkrow V. We got one full. Can we get another? Then we still have another Build and Battle box, deck box to open up right there. And we got one of those V-Stars. And it's flipped around. Here's another Weavile, Hunting Gloves, and a Holo Empoleon. Very nice. So we had 2 hits in that one. Alright, next one. Let's see if this one has the same rares. Hopefully we get... You usually get 4 different types of... Well, there's 4 different types of decks that you can get. Well, there's 4 different promos that you can get. Sometimes the decks actually, they mix them up. They're like half one type, half another, and then they can overlap. So you can actually get more than 4 types of decks. Cool, we got a different one. We have a Moltres. Wow, look at that artwork. Man, that one looks good. I'll take that over the Bibarel any day. Gosh, wow. That is beautiful. Makes me want to grade those. Alright, so we know we got a bunch of fire in here. Oh, see, this is a dual type. We got fire and fighting. See if we got any rares in here, right? So we got a Lucario. Got the Moltres. Got Monfernos and Infernapes. And then there's another code for somebody. So those are the potential ones that... for those of you who know the set, you probably looked it up, or you probably opened it up and be like, oh, I've seen that card as holo or not. We know that the leopard, whatever you want to call it, was not exclusive, but some of those possibly could be. We'll see if we can eliminate some with the packs that we open up here. I can't remember from the box that we did open for the channel. Gibble and a Granbull, nice. We've pulled more cards that are hollow or rare than we have not. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the water energy. Got a Grottle, Torkoal, Spiritomb, and a Magmortar. That could have been a good one to throw in there. Well, maybe if it was fire and electric. Yeah, I always thought it was lightning. I believe it was lightning, and then they changed it to electric because if you look back to base set, they had everything by its rarity within alphabetical order, and you had fighting, fire, then you had grass, lightning, psychic, and water. So if it had been electric, it would have been the first one, but it wasn't. But then I was eating a Pokemon cereal recently, and it was talking about a lightning type. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. Corphish. Ooh, look at that. Got a Zekrom and a Dusknoir. Double hit. Very nice. We have one more pack to go. Getting really good out of these packs. Last pack. There's the code. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kindler, Farfetch'd, Grimer, Shinx, Electivire, and a Lapras. So we weren't able to eliminate any from the video itself, but for those of you who are savvy, do any of these come in a holographic from within the set to make the non-holo that we just got out of these build and battles a variant promo? Thanks guys for watching, and we'll have another video very soon. Thanks.